up, queens and kings? Welcome to Black Queens Uncut. Grab your wine, your vape, or whatever you need to relax so we can get into this queen chat. I'm Monique Lovelace. Queens, introduce yourselves.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Kiki Boom Boom.
Hey, Five Sets, TK Trinidad.
I am not a queen, but I'm Josh Rodriguez.
Hey. Nico, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Nico Jones.
You know, I feel like I could be a queen. My name is Tehran. What if when you said grab your wine or your vape or whatever you need, I just pulled out a line of cocaine. I was like, oh, finally, gotta get up, gotta do this.
You do what's best for you.
Bring in the strippers.
You do what makes you happy.
Wow.
So yes, today is kind of like this is our Valentine's Day special. So this week will technically be Valentine's Day, even though we're pre-recorded. This week will technically be Valentine's Day. And so we brought on some guys, we brought on some kings to have a conversation. And we definitely want to get into the conversation about dating, sex, relationships, as we want y'all's advice. We want to see where y'all's mind is at. Our queens out there want to know. So we are excited. So we are going to get into it. Yes. How can I help you?
I have a question. So this is a Valentine's Day show, and y'all thought one of the best guests you should bring on is me?
Not y'all.
Well, talk to TK about that.
Not y'all.
Y'all thought Valentine's Day is like, yo, you know who we should have for Valentine's Day? We should have Tehran.
Not y'all. That was TK.
Yeah, that was TK.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you, Queen.
Okay.
Thank you, Queen.
So we're going to start our first question because Tehran, we don't have all day. We know you like to talk, but we don't have all day. So our first question is actually the first question that all of the women asked is, why do men cheat?
Oh God.
What?
Why do men cheat?
Tehran got this one.
I can take this. So there's several reasons why men cheat. Okay. When you say cheat, are you meaning within the confines of a monogamous relationship where one partner is unaware of the other partner's activities? Is that what
all cheating, like sex, like stepping out of your relationship, whether it's emotional, physical, all cheating.
But what I'm specifically relegating it to is I'm in a relationship with a girl who thinks we're in a monogamous relationship, and then I basically omit the truth or lie to her and step out of that relationship.
Well, we have a problem because if you're in a relationship and she thinks y'all are monogamous, why are y'all already not on the same page?
Yeah, why?
Like you
hold on, Monique, you asked me the question about cheating. I didn't create this relationship. I'm not in a relationship with anyone. I'm asking to clarify the question. How are you going to get mad at the question you're asking? Who hurt you, Monique? This isn't me.
Listen, nobody hurt me. I'm just saying, if y'all are in a relationship, y'all should be on the same page. Like, why would she just think y'all are monogamous and you're calling her your girlfriend?
So right. This right here, Monique, right there, what she just did is one of the reasons guys cheat, right? So here's a guy who was trying to express himself or express his feelings, and then instead of being able to do so, the woman he was talking to just like dismissed him and like started already telling him what he should do. And
or did the woman give you a simple question and you as the guy jumped through 20 loopholes of trying not to answer why do men cheat?
I wanted to clarify.
You're taking away my guest privileges, Tehran. Just answer the question.
I wanted to clarify the question because there's a lot of different reasons why men quote unquote cheat. And in order to understand it, you can understand without condoning. So one of the reasons why men cheat is because of a fragile toxic masculinity and fragile ego, which most men have. With men, a lot of times our ego comes externally, which means that we look for validation from those around us and from society at all times, since we've never been able to come face to face with our own vulnerability. We're not allowed to be vulnerable. We're not allowed to be weak. If you cry, walk it off. Boys don't cry. So that concept means that and at times we have these media impressions of masculinity being surrounded by women. So the concept of cheating comes from, if I have a good job, gold star. I have a fast car, gold star. Big house, gold star. If I have a lot of women, gold star, gold star, gold star. when that becomes the case, you see a lot of men cheat because of their own weaknesses and their own lack of something. I'm lacking something, so I'm trying to find it in other. And that's why they cheat. So that's one of the reasons men cheat. The second reason why men cheat is because sometimes they're in a relationship or a partnership with somebody who they bring up something that they want to do sexually, and the partner is like, I'm not like they dismiss it, but in a way that affects their, once again, fragile masculinity. And so the guy looks outside. So when a girl is like, man, I can't believe he cheated on me with that ugly B word, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, but ugly B word did anal. Like ugly B word did the one thing you didn't want to do, but you also made him feel bad about it. So that's another reason why men cheat. And the third reason why men cheat can be because it's easy, because it's like a thing, because it's like a game, because guys play games. But here's the thing, I will tell you something, and here's a secret. Men don't cheat, males cheat. Men tell the truth.
I can actually agree with that. And I don't know if I'm agree with you a lot, but I can agree with that. Josh, Nico?
Well, I think there's some truth in what he said, but I also think that a lot of guys just are not meant for monogamous relationships. To be completely honest with you, I don't think it's part of their personality. I feel like the way society is structured, we are taught that we should be in monogamous relationships. Now, I am one, I can be in one, but what I've seen with a lot of my friends and just talking to males in general, just they may love the woman they're with, they may like her, they may like spending time with her, but at the end of the day, they either A, get bored, or B, they just want something else just to have something else. And I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes it's nothing personal. It really isn't. Yeah. I mean, sometimes guys just need something else on that day for whatever reason. And then the ones who are monogamous, who can be in monogamous relationships and they cheat, it's because they're unhappy. I think I have this saying that I think unhappy people cheat, not bad people cheat. And I think that's a telltale sign that someone who is monogamous, who wants to be in a monogamous relationship with you, for whatever reason, it might be sexually, it may be because they feel like they're not being heard in the relationship, or they just feel stuck or whatever. They're just not happy in that relationship. So I think there's, varying types of reasons. I mean, Tehran gave a few extreme examples, but for me, as an overbroad, that's what it is.
Damn. I mean, you guys really took all the points. I can't even really. Yeah, that's really it. Like you guys talked about, like the psychology of somebody being unhappy or being, insecure, and it's a lot of. There's no excuse for it, but that's basically what it is. Like if you're unhappy, I guess if you're bored, I don't know. That's not me personally, so I can't relate to somebody's being bored. Like you're not doing anal, that's it. I'm gonna stay with you, but somebody else gonna get the same. Like but I feel that.
I like Josh is saying like it's nothing personal, because I do think men and women who do get cheated on, sometimes you'll see this thing when you see a lot of celebrity couples, for instance, and they're like, oh, they're with the baddest person, or I was doing X, Y, and Z. I was doing anal. We were having sex with 5 or 6 people and they still cheated. So I love, Josh, that you said like it's not personal. Sometimes it just depends on the person, where they just either want to step out, and like Tehran said and like Nico said, because it's just easy.
Yeah, and we're taught to be monogamous. Like that's how society has structured. Like that's what it is right now. You're just talking
recently, Josh. It's recent.
Right.
Anthropologically speaking,
right.
We're not monogamous creatures. We've decided monogamy realistically in the last 1,000 years. Within the last
very true. I do agree with Tehran.
I just wish people would just like, if you feel like the cheating bug or you want to be loose and goose, do be single and get lit. Like, why be in a relationship?
Well, technically, that's what I was about to say. Like, technically, we are not made for monogamy. Like, most mammals aren't made for monogamy. And if you read upon it, or like me, I like to watch the Discovery and History Channel. Most mammals in other various forms are not monogamous. So I think that that's an idea for us, but I really think that women take it on as something because it's like it just gets comfortable for us. And so I got feedback.
Good.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I just feel like it's one of those things where you just, you got to talk about it. Communication is everything, because not everybody wants a monogamous relationship. Some people want an open relationship and they don't mind that. And they talk about it. Like I've talked to Sham Boudram, and she has an open relationship, but she also breaks it down and explains it how that works for them. That may not work for everybody, but technically, if you have that communication, then is there really like cheating going on? Unless
I asked that question, but I was just the worst human being. That's why I was asking within the confines of a monogamous relationship. Because
But you made a whole scenario. You said if she thinks
that's why I'm asking.
Why is it just her though? There has to be communication. Why are y'all not on the same page?
Because I was giving the male perspective. So when I said her, it's because I'm only speaking for myself. The one thing I know is that I can only speak from my experience and for myself. I don't speak for women. I definitely don't speak for other men. And I definitely don't speak for Black women. I allow them to speak for themselves. So I was speaking from not only my experience, but within the confines of my, from my personal view. That's it.
And I totally understand that. What I was saying was if she's thinking you're in a relationship and you're over here doing something else, then that means y'all have not communicated. Because you like you just said, you are speaking for yourself. Y'all should be on the same page. You should be like, yo, if I'm calling you my girlfriend and you're thinking that we're monogamous, this is what it is, like boom, 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 and let her make the choice of what she wants to do. But you gave a specific situation. So with that specific situation, I gave an answer as if she thinks you're in a relationship, that means you haven't communicated.
Yeah, but that's why I was defining cheating. That's cheating. And also, I love how you use big words like girlfriend. Whoa, let's calm down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just chill out on those words. I don't even like them when my parents. I don't even like them when my parents call me their son. Like, I don't like titles. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's calm down.
Bring it in. This was good because it brings it to the next question. How long do you date before it's official? Before you do say the boyfriend, girlfriend, we're committed. How long do you feel like you should be dating?
I feel like since Nico always in relationships and he's not like that, and he said, I'm the nice boy and I'm Russell Wilson. And
hold on, Playboy.
Hold on. Can I stop? Let me stop it. What is y'all's current situations? Nico, what's your current situation?
Single. Why? You trying to date?
Teron, what's your current situation?
I don't even know what my sexuality is anymore. I don't even answer questions that are definitive. My life is maybe. I don't want anything locked in. I don't want anything.
That's because Teron probably talking to 5 different girls, and that's like I don't even know.
I don't even have 5 different girls. I don't even have 5 different girl multitasking abilities. Like when I find out about these guys who have like whole other families, I'm like, you should put that on your resume. That's amazing. Like,
are you single, in a relationship, or married?
I'm in a relationship. Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for you, Josh.
Thank you.
Teron, are you?
Yo.
Just answer the question: single, married, or in a relationship?
I'm Teron.
Okay.
We'll just chalk it up as single.
So see that as. What do y'all feel like? Like, okay, now that you're in a relationship, Josh, how long did it take for y'all to make it official?
It just kind of happened. I never asked her. We go back to the day we first, I guess, did whatever. I guess we don't have a day. I don't have a day. It would just kind of happen. It was like we started seeing each other. I was into her and only her. She was into me and only me. We started seeing each other all the time, and it was just like, well, you're my girlfriend at this point. I mean, I'm not going to deny reality here. Like, what the hell? Like, this is what it is. So I never asked her. She never asked me. It just became an understanding at some point.
Just
when 2 people really.
What'd you say, Kiki?
I was gonna say that's how you know when 2 people really rock with each other, where you don't even have to ask a question like what are we? Because when the guy and the girl or whoever your partner is, and you 2 just mesh well, you just wake up and you're like, yeah, we go together. And that's it.
Yeah.
Josh, that's what's up. Look, Josh, you're the kind of person like when I have on Instagram, I block you. I don't need that kind of energy in my life. Like you're the oh, I'm working out today, blocked. Like I don't need.
Okay, Ron, but Valentine's Day's coming up. You're not like looking for a boo.
Yo, I'm good. Here's the thing. I respect Josh and his commitment, right? But with me,
he has a lot of commitment because Josh is always in a relationship.
See,
I love that for Josh.
See, but I don't know if I like that. See,
okay, question for Teron and Nico then. How long have y'all been single?
Yeah. Oh, Nico. Oh, now you're rolling your eye. No, be the good guy, Nico. Be the good guy, because I was the bad guy.
Because Josh is in the relationship. So how long have you 2 been single?
Have I been single realistically, I've been single at least 4 years.
Okay.
Nico, how long have you been single?
I am in a one-sided relationship with Natalie Emanuel. She just doesn't know yet.
Yo, you see? Hey, Nico swerving. You thought I was an F-boy? Nico, okay.
Listen, okay, look.
I know these
I've been-
answers, Nico. I know that stuff. I know what you're doing right now. I do that.
Listen, I've been single for about, oh God, who's the last person?
Hey, just remember, somebody might watch this.
Trust me, I know. I'm trying to think of my last real relationship though.
Oh, real, yeah, real.
Like a serious,
Poor girls, these poor girls.
I know.
No. Come on, don't do me like that. It was probably like 3-4 years ago.
It's only poor girl if they're upset about it, right? So sometimes you can be in situationships where both people feel like it's mutually beneficial. And especially when you're grown. If you're grown and you're not manipulating the situation, then it's no one else's business. And I'll tell you this, because in entertainment, you'll have people come up to you. I have comedians come up to me all the time, comedians that y'all know who are in relationship, who are married, and they'll be like, yo, you know that girl from last night? I took her home and I smashed. I'm such a pimp. I'm like, no, you're not a pimp. You're a liar. Pimps tell their hoes they're hoes. You're just lying. And there's a difference. So
this brings me to my next. This is a question just for me. I get hit on a lot by married men. Why are married men so
all the
like?
time.
I mean, they ready, and it's like you. I had to tell one like, listen, bruh, you are known. Like, why? Like, I could burn your whole shit down. Like, why? Why would
because
you?
you're worth taking that chance. You're worth taking that chance. Look at you, Monique.
Oh,
no offense. You're very easy on the eyes and easy on the soul. So the concept is,
no offense, you're easy on the soul.
Like, I'm just saying, like, if any heterosexual male who within the confines of sanity would look at you and be like, I might have to take this jump. So when you say those things, it's like, I'm not excusing the behavior of the married men. They should know better. And that's why I was like, I don't like commitment. I like decisions. When you make a decision, when you make a choice, that's freedom. When you are in a commitment, that becomes a chore. So when people are like, oh, I'm committed, that's why you get terms like ball and chain, and people look down on their relate like, oh, not again. Oh, my girlfriend's calling me. But when it's a decision, this is something I chose. And you can make that decision every single day until you die.
So the question is, so for the married men who make the decision is like, yo, I'm willing to take that jump. Do they not think that like after the jump, like, yeah, oh shit, I might break
married and can I throw men in relationships in there too? Because I feel like married men and men in relationships go harder than single men.
All the time.
It's not just married men, it's men who have girlfriends who've been in relationships. Because I can tell you my DMs are flooded with men in relationships. And I'm like, that's weird.
I know the only time I've ever DM'd you was 4 years ago when I was in a relationship. I was like, hey, what's up, Nakia? Good. So, do you know Monique? Because damn.
I think it goes back to what I said about monogamy. I don't think a lot of guys are meant to be monogamous. I think marriage is the ultimate form of monogamy. Like, it's like you feel trapped. There's no way out. And I don't know. I don't think it changes anything for men. It just doesn't. So whether you say a guy's married or in a relationship, that shit don't matter to some guys. It's the same shit.
It's a fact.
Okay.
They go harder than single guys. I'm like, where are the single guys at?
Yes. Like, where are the single men at?
The single guys are the ones, the DMs that you don't even look at, you block. See, that's the thing. Girls oftentimes
that's
will be
not
like,
true.
That is not true.
Guys.
My DMs are so dry.
Yo,
dry.
Girls will always be like, yo, there are no men. Why can't I meet any men? Why all these men are F-boys? What's going on? It's like, no, Jamal, the promoter at the club, is an F-boy. All the other guys, my man Jeremy, who works at CVS as a stock boy, he's a great guy. But y'all,
Jeremy's not saying anything.
But you don't want to date.
Jeremy's also not on Instagram. Like,
that's true
that
too.
kind of activity. Jeremy's not posting on Instagram every day. Jeremy's on there once a week, if that. Not really.
Or Josh, or if we're out in public, Jeremy is staring and ain't saying anything, and I'm supposed to guess that Jeremy want to talk to me, but his friend Chris, who has a girlfriend for 6 years, Chris asked her to say something.
Yo,
and then I gotta go on Chris's Instagram and be like, "Oh, this bitch got a girlfriend," but Jeremy's ass still staring at me.
Kiki, that seemed eerily specific, and I'm so sorry. I just want to say that.
Speak for all women, okay?
Yeah. Okay, because
I try. Let me tell you, I be shooting my shot at single guys, and they don't.
Men in relationships want to be in relationships with other people.
But Monique, can I explain something though? Can I be very fair about Monique, Nakia, and TK? The 3 women who are on this specific panel, you guys aren't fun girls. You seem like I have to marry you girls. So sometimes when you shoot your shot at a guy who's not ready to be in a relationship, it's gonna seem difficult for a guy because they know and are anticipating what effort they're gonna have to put for you.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I know this is in the questions, but I want to ask this question because I feel like this is leading to the questions. If we seem like girls who are like relationship type girls, and say that guy does get to the point where it's like, okay, well, we're just gonna see where it goes. Why do some men just not want to wear a condom?
What? That was not what I thought.
That was also eerily specific. I'm gonna be honest. I feel very attacked right there. I just want to let you know.
Oh, that was her question. It's in the jar.
I just want to say to all the girls in the world that if I fucked you like my soulmate, I'm sorry. I did not mean it, and I just want to let you know. I apologize.
No, because
if you had a great time.
This is a Valentine's Day episode.
Oh yeah, no, but love.
No, because that's one of my friends.
I told TK.
But it's just I always get people like, oh no, we need to use that. I'm like, well, we're not together, so why do you not want to use that? It doesn't make any sense.
So stop 1 minute. We got Adrian that came in. You got to turn your. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, turn your whatever it is. I think you're on the phone.
Adrian, come help us, bro. We need help. Adrian, don't leave us. Yeah. See, Adrian's got tattoos on his arms. He knows what I'm talking about right now. He knows everything I'm discussing. He knows exactly where I'm coming from.
What's happening?
So even though Adrian is late, thanks. We will. I will say this: that we are doing a Valentine's Day special. I don't know if Calvin told you, but we're doing a Valentine's Day special. So we are asking questions about love, sex, relationships. They're in a jar. You didn't get to introduce yourself, but everybody, this is Adrian. He's an actor, and we'll outro you later. But now that you're in, you kind of know what's going on. TK just asked the question. TK, what was your question?
The question is, why do guys feel like, okay, well, she looks safe because she looks like relationship material, therefore I don't want to wear a condom?
Just raw dogging.
That's not even a thought process. That's a crazy question to me, TK. I've never
asked Josh. You can't ask Josh. Listen, Josh, no offense. You've had a girlfriend since kindergarten, bro. You've had girlfriends. You already bought Valentine's Day cards for next year, so we can't ask you.
Shut up.
You're a good guy. I don't want to shut you up. When it comes to the love questions,
I get it.
Got it.
Adrian, my bad, bro. I stepped on your toes.
But there are people in relationships who wear condoms too.
Yeah, but and Nico can answer this question. Nico's a professional. Adrian is in a situationship right now. He'll still answer the question. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know Adrian, but I can tell. I know
Adrian.
Adrian, if you want to talk, you just talk, okay? Because Tehran will talk the whole entire time.
Yeah. So. You can say this, but I'm making sense.
So my question is, did this question come from a lady?
Yeah, it came from me.
That's what. So women want us to think like y'all think. You know what I'm saying? We're not made like y'all or to think like y'all. You know what I'm saying? But y'all want to.
I told Adrian, let's go.
Y'all want to program us into thinking like y'all when. Y'all a whole different being. We could go cheat and y'all will accept it, and y'all got such a big heart, which I commend y'all on. But if y'all do it to us, it's not okay. We can't take that. So what I'm trying to say is we're on two different sides of the spectrum, and we don't look at things like y'all look at it, but y'all want us to think like y'all, and that's not how.
That wasn't my question. So my question.
But he's a pro. He's a pro.
No, wait. I let y'all talk. I've been kind of quiet, so let me talk. So my question, and I'll put in a scenario. So say, for instance, the person's cheating. So say the guy is cheating, right? And now he has a whole roster of women, and he's raw dogging all these women. It's just well, why are you? What in your thought process is that okay?
No one does that. That's not okay.
All these women, are you there holding his dick, putting it in?
Yeah, that's not okay. That's never okay. Being
But I'm saying though, what kind of information?
Wait, so in your mind, you're like, all right, I'm gonna try. If she lets me, then I'm good.
No. That's unhealthy. That's forget. Never mind the immorality. That's just what you just said. This is what you said. You said a lot of things and said herpes. Like that's not.
Right.
That's not a.
But I will say this. Okay, with my encounters, I have realized that a lot of men are not the first to be like, "Let me wrap it up."
Right.
Yeah.
True.
You know how women don't like using birth control because it doesn't make y'all feel good? Condoms suck.
That's all it
We
is.
don't. Okay, if condoms felt good,
I like
if
Nico's
condoms
face.
felt-
It's like,
Let me ask you a question.
But multiple people is not okay. Never. Like that's disgusting.
What female ever fell in love with condom dick?
Yo, who's my man Adrian? Who's my man
oh,
Adrian?
Adrian, I don't know you, but that was
Adrian.
yo.
Hey,
right.
Adrian.
Next question. We done with that
I
one.
salute you, bro.
Damn, I shaved all my hair off, so I can't even put my hair anymore. I shaved it, so I can't even.
Damn. Okay.
I wear mine back.
Yeah.
Next question. Speechless. Okay, got it. All right, got it. But it does go into the next question, which is how has porn altered or affected your expectations?
Porn?
Yes.
Porn.
I like Josh's face too. Yo.
I'm the porn star. Maybe I affected theirs. You know, maybe I helped theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like I just
like. Do y'all expect with that question? I feel like if you look at porn, you expect the girl to like do the things that you are seeing on porn.
No.
Oh. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have changed our expectations more than porn. You know what I'm saying? Like every girl from 20 to 29 is secretly bisexual because of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B lyrics. Like it's not me. I don't write the word. You know what I'm saying? I don't write the rules, but it's that changes the perspective and pushes the envelope way more than porn does. And only teenage boys look at porn and think that that's how it's done because we don't get instructions in sex. Like we don't get to talk about sex. We don't have instruction in sex. And when it comes to sex, it's like Clubhouse, blind leading the blind. So that's how it works.
Blind leading the blind. I feel like I be knowing what I'm doing, but the fact is like
you don't.
There are things that I feel like girls, I would say maybe when you get in a relationship, I don't know, it's different for all women, but I'll say this for myself, like there are things that I watch porn and I'm like, oh, I want to try that. So, I mean, does that amp up the thought? Like, damn, she just tried something that...
I think it got the level, like, how old you are and what you've experienced coming up. Because if you started trying shit when you first started having sex, I'm 34 years old, all the way up to 34, and like, you're not really... Porn is like just a substitute because such and such ain't around, or you might be on a trip and you might be solo, you just watch it then. But if you've been active and you've been trying new shit, then porn is just, like I say, it's like when a football game come on,
Right.
Yeah, porn is like background music. It's not the main event.
Sure.
It's in the back. It's not the thing we pay attention. It's not what you study. Especially, I like what Adrian said about the age thing. Josh, do you watch porn?
Not really, no.
Oh, Josh, that's why you can't answer questions. That's why you can't answer questions, bro. You understand? This is why you can't.
Leave Josh alone.
Yes.
I do.
Nico
a lot more.
has been quiet.
No,
Nico,
no.
why are you so quiet?
I used to a lot more. Yeah.
Because Nico doesn't have his lawyer present. He doesn't want to implicate himself. He doesn't.
I got
Josh
scared.
watches Bridgerton as porn, so he doesn't count.
Bridgerton is so good. Bridgerton was really good.
It was really good.
Bridgerton is good. But Nico, do you watch porn?
I do. I've been through the phases of trying not to, though. The effects of whatever on the brain. It's not expectations as much as it's just stimulant, and I don't want all that me being overstimulated by something I'm seeing on a computer screen versus the real thing. But porn sex isn't good. Like, it's nothing compared to, like, I'm not looking at no porn moves like, oh, I need to try that, because it's not the same. It's angle. It's not real. Like, it doesn't even feel like you bad if you get your sex from. That's how I feel.
Nobody wants to be Brian Pumper. Let me help you out. Nobody. This isn't Kobe. Nobody wants to be Brian Pumper, bro.
Raise your hand if you've been
talk to everybody.
Raise your hand if you've been victimized by at the train station.
I mean, if he ain't talked to you, let me tell you, you ain't been seen in LA.
Oh my God.
Okay, so next question is, what's your ideal woman or relationship?
Don't look at me, y'all.
Josh, no.
I want to hear y'all.
No.
Yeah, I want to hear you guys answer this shit.
This is a Josh question.
No, Josh is in a relationship. The single guys
Josh,
have to answer this.
Like you were like, the question was like, yo, what's the wildest sex you've ever had? And then Josh was the first one. One time we did it on another bed instead of our own. But now he doesn't want to answer.
And hold on, one question. Adrian, what's your status?
I'm open.
So you're
that's my Adrian. You got your Instagram follow.
So you're so we're gonna wrap it up as you're single, right?
Yo, I'm about to follow Adrian right now.
Yeah.
Adrian said I'm open. I'm gonna start saying that. I'm open.
Adrian's my dude right now.
I'm enjoying myself, and I don't never get a public a way to see me in, so I'm open, you know.
Yeah, hey.
Copy that.
Okay, so now that we have everybody's status, because all the queens are single, right?
I'm open.
Wait a minute, I'm open. Y'all been asking the question, so
yo, my shit's closed. I don't even want
that. Y'all, what's going on with y'all? Because somebody's supposed to be like, girl, I got me a man, you know, like. You know?
No, we don't do that around these parts. We're working women. No, just like
you can't work and get a man? What the hell?
No, I'm single. I don't know if I'm ready to mingle. I guess if something interesting comes along, I'm definitely interested, I guess. I'm not really sure, but I'm single.
You sounding like you're in Atlanta. But population more women than it is men.
Yeah, but it's Atlanta, so the population anyway.
I'm in LA. LA is the worst.
I know you're in LA. I see you sounding like you're in Atlanta.
I feel like if I was in anywhere else across the probably globe, I would maybe be entertaining something, but you know, nowadays guys are just not y'all, and I don't mean to put it on all y'all, but y'all just ain't as interesting no more.
I want to disagree with what you just said.
Wow.
Because there's a girl in Bombay, India right now who's saying the exact like, I can't find a man. Like it's everywhere you go.
Hey, Ron.
I never said I couldn't find a man.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like they're not in relationships either. They're having relationship issues. Like as I do stand up.
I don't have relationship issues.
Okay, Moni.
I think
we know why you're single. Now I know why you're single.
I think the thing is with like our generation, I think it's easier for a lot of people to hop on these apps, and it's easier for people to ghost people instead of like people meeting people in person and getting to know someone and wanting to date like what we did 15, 20 years ago when we were somewhat younger. I just think it's just easier for people to be like, I'm gonna go on this app, try to get some dick. I'm going on this app, try to fuck some girl, and that's it. I haven't seen the whole like I'm interested in this guy or this girl. Let's actually date and get to know each other. I haven't seen it in a while, and I'm back home in New York. I've been living in LA for 5 years, and now I'm back in New York for a little bit.
LA and New York, both of them the problem. Period. I just left New York. I moved from LA last year. Like both of those cities the problem. New York closed down. LA is a opportunist type.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't motherfuckers don't want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't with that. Like, if you're a janitor or, you know, you could a CEO, like, we could still vibe the same way. But people see that in LA. I'm from Alabama, and I'm country, you know what I'm saying? So I care about people. I like people. And I feel like those two cities just, it ain't for dating, like, not for, like.
I agree. No, I agree with you. I do, like you said, LA is more like, what can you do for me city? And New York is such a fast-paced moving city where a lot of the original people from these cities are gone and they've moved on to down south or to someplace else. So a lot of people, like I'm 35 now. So I'm noticing like I'm not meeting a lot of single guys. I'm seeing guys who are in relationships who are trying to talk to me more, but like single guys who either live in these big cities, it's like they're gone, they're not on social media,
they're not gone. I find like, because I meet both sides of the spectrum, and I find with the single guys, they tend to like, they're carrying their past relationships in. So like I have one guy's like, oh, well, you're not trying to use me to eat. It's like, bro, I have more than enough jobs. I don't look like I'm starving. I can eat. I could pay to eat. So like I find like a lot of guys try to bring their relationships, their past relationships, or the stereotypes on me. And then of course you have the ones who are in relationships that like, bro, I like see your wife on TV. Like, why? This doesn't make any sense. So I'm getting like both sides of the spectrum, and I'm not getting somebody who genuinely wants to, like, they've dealt with themselves, like they know what they're about. They've done the hard lifting to just see, what their character is about, and then say, okay, well, I'm ready for a relationship, or I'm open to a relationship. It's just like a lot of damaged individuals who just don't know that you have some issues you need to deal with.
That's what I believe it is. I believe it. Hold on. I'm going to let Nico talk because you haven't said nothing.
Yeah, Nico looked like he's been thinking for 30 minutes.
No, because I don't disagree with what you're saying, but when people talk about like, oh, guys are damaged, this are damaged, like I feel like I never speak generally like that, but like women have this expectation for guys to be like, have all their shit together or something, like as if women don't have baggage.
No. I'm saying both parties are damaged. Both parties have things. Both parties have things that they need to work with. Right? They need to work on. So for me, like, I know through 2020, there's stuff that is like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that I'm working on personally. Right. Mm-hmm. But if you're over there and you're like, yeah, my shit don't stink, and this girl, she was just trifling, or she was a crazy baby mama, or she crazy this, and now you're looking at another girl and you're putting all that stuff, all those stereotypes and expectations on her, then that's something that you need to deal with. I'm never saying that men in general are dogs or they're damaged or whatever. Everybody individually as human beings, because every year we get older, based on experiences, we have to look at ourselves and say, okay, well, this is what I want in life, whether it's in a relationship or if it's work or whatever. Like, there's certain decisions that we make. So I'm just saying from my experience, I'm having men saying, oh, well, I don't just use me for a meal. It's like, bro, did I ask you to go out? We can go to Starbucks. I don't give a fuck. So it's just kind of like,
Starbucks not cheap though. Starbucks not cheap. If you don't buy Starbucks, there's like 40 Forbes articles that say if you don't buy Starbucks every day, you'll buy a home in 2 years. So I don't.
TK, are you over your baggage? Are you over your baggage?
Yeah, that's the question, Josh. You're asking a good question.
What is it?
Like, what are you bringing? Do you know if you're bringing any baggage to the table? How do you not know? Like, y'all sat down and you said something, and he was like, "Damn."
Okay, Josh, show up. Okay. Okay, Josh.
That's big facts.
P standing up, Josh.
Oh my God.
Okay.
No.
This is what I believe. I believe that there are a difference between men and guys. And I feel like as being single, I run into a lot of guys and not men. As you said before, Taran, I already know. Taran, sorry. I already know I have, a body. I think that I am a beautiful person inside and out, and I know that, and I've worked in a lot of rooms with, a lot of people, and I've dated celebrities, and I've dated NFL players, and I've dated a lot of people. But what happens is, like, I get bored. Like, it's like y'all are not stepping up to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no reason why.
Why are you expecting a celebrity NFL player to step up? Like, you just
not that. I'm just saying I've dated a lot of guys. Like, I've dated a lot of different guys. It hasn't just been celebrity. I'm just saying across the board, I've dated a lot of different guys. And with this, I'm saying is that a lot of times is that I just don't see the like, if I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I work, because Nico just said it. He was like, well, y'all are expecting us these expectations, but if I can provide certain things for myself, I expect you to be stable enough to be able to bring to the table what I'm bringing to the table as well. And if you're not doing that, a lot of guys are not doing that. They're not bringing to the table what Black women are bringing to the table, and it's just like, you got to step up your game.
What are you talking about bringing to the table?
I'm talking about you should have your own. If I have my own place, you should have your own place. If I got my own bank account and my own money, you should have yours. If you catch me somewhere out nice or whatever, I do not expect for you to. And like TK said, like, if you like, yes. if we go on a date, I do expect you to pay. But if you are like, yo, like I'm trying to go out with you, but are you trying to use me for a meal? I will get up and walk away, because that's crazy to me. Like, that's not even a good conversation. You're not even trying to vibe. Like, you're not even trying to get to know who I am. You just off of what you're doing, coming off in that way. And I just feel like that's what y'all do a lot. Y'all already got she's right. Y'all already got the expectation. Y'all have expectations too. And you feel like when we come to the table, we're expecting the same thing that somebody else did to you, because y'all mess with fuck girls as well. And so when somebody that is really, because a lot of men holler at me because of my body, I already know it, and you come to the table and I bring my personality, which is great, and I bring the certain energy, which I work on a lot. I've gone to therapy and stuff. There's no reason why you should not be bringing that same thing to the table. And if you're not, you need to get up and walk away from the table. Don't try to stir the emotions. And I feel like that's what guys tend to do. Y'all ain't men. A lot of guys are not men. They're just guys. They're not stepping up.
Talk about what's his name. This is crazy.
First of all, if you waited 6, 7, 8 months to learn all this stuff about a man, then that's your fault. You got a dating phase. When in a dating phase, I feel like the first date you should be able to realize if this man got the mental capacity or everything else that you looking for to kind of to bring you into his world or to bring him into yours. If he's lacking those things on that first date, you should be able to tell that. So if you continue with it's more your fault. Second of all, what's your definition of a boy and a man? Because that's another thing you should see on the first date. Men come in looking how they can help. Boys come in looking for opportunity. So you have to figure that out for yourself. Third of all, every man ain't just not got their shit together. Maybe the guys that you've been dealing with ain't got their shit together, because when I go to the table, I got to make sure you got your shit together, because if you don't, I'm walking away. I'm going to pay for the meal to enough, and I'm going to send you on your way, but I'm going to do it politely. But we never going to talk again, because I have good credit. I got a house. I got 2 houses. You know, I got vehicles. I got kids, and I take care of my kids. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if you ain't elevated to where I am and your mental capacity ain't there, and I can't have a straight conversation with you, or in my absence, you can't speak in my absence. You know, like let's say somebody asks you questions about me or on behalf of me, and you can't answer those questions with a certain amount of education that it takes to speak from a platform. I can't do nothing with you either. So like I said, it's a lot of men that got their stuff together. But you talking about NFL players, you're talking about guys that went pro.
Well, no, I said that across the board. I've dated a lot of guys. I've dated normal, everyday guys. I've dated, the financial workers. I've dated, I'm saying that across
single.
the board.
Huh.
Bigger question is,
and I'm single because of what he's talking about. I'm single because I have to get up and walk away from the table because you're not bringing nothing. That's why I'm single. I choose to be single.
So what is it about attract ain't shit niggas then?
But I attract a lot of men.
So why you choose the ain't shit ones in?
Why what?
You gotta have another. You know how like you got a process that you go through. Like maybe the motherfuckers that get stimulus checks or something, they got a process they go through to get people.
Well, you know what it is. Sometimes too. There are some guys. Yes, you can tell automatically that they're fuckboys. You don't want to fuck with them. But then there are some men and women that you meet and they put on this whole "I'm a good guy. I'm a good girl. I'm not like that." And then Nico's raising his hand. And then when you're into it, you get to know them, and you're like, "Oh shit, this motherfucker really isn't shit." So there are some people. Yes, you can easily see from jump, or maybe even the second or third day, or from your text conversation that something's a little off. But sometimes there are some people men and women who wear masks, and sometimes you don't know, and you're like, oh shit. Now, when you do find out, it is up to you to figure out, do I want to stay in this relationship or do I want to bounce? Or are these the red flags that I've been ignoring? So I think some things are easier said than done.
There's also a lot of guys who don't have their shit together, like financially, that like are good dudes and like could be good for you as well. Like there was a time and period where I know a bunch of guys, especially out in Los Angeles, who didn't have this shit together, but they grind every fucking day. They got a job. They may not have much money in the bank account, but you know, they are looking for somebody. And
right, but there's difference.
Have their own spot. Don't mean that they can't.
There's like a difference between like for me, like I'm not looking for all that. I just want to, if I know that you're ambitious and you're motivated, I don't have my shit together. So I don't really expect for you to come to my relationship bubble balling. If we are both motivated though, and we're both ambitious, and I know you got a good head on your shoulders and you're striving towards something, cool. I just want a normal fucking man who probably went to therapy and doesn't have a problem talking about his feelings.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about the I don't really give a fuck about the money situation right now, because you know, I know for me as an on-air host and a TV producer and a freelancer, my shit ain't together, and I know I'm trying, but I know if he and we're both motivated, and I know that he's taking the steps to get to where he gotta go, and he got a good head on his shoulders, and I'll fuck with you. But I also got to know, like, you're mental, and you're not an insecure guy, and you're a secure man, and you're not fucking, like, misogynistic. Like, that's the shit that I care about. And I know that you're trying to strive for something good.
Right.
You know, but
I named 3 things. Okay, so let's say you do have all that. Let's say you have the outer material good, but you can't communicate. Like, we're not going to work out. Like, I learned communication, and that's something that I'm still improving on, but you know what I'm saying? If you can't get to the point where you can't even really communicate, like we're not even, and a lot of guys they don't know how to just speak up and communicate. And that's what really tears some shit down. And at the end of the day, it's like, if I'm choosing, if you are a man, you, like Kiki said, you are ambitious enough to get your mental together as well, because that's the part that's important. You can date all you want. You can fuck all you want. You can have the best dick all you want. You can have great credit and multiple houses. Yeah. But if it comes down to things like you can't even communicate, or you're just shutting me out, or, you know, there's just certain things that you just not stepping up to the plate mentally to do, then.
All right. Money. Say what you said. All right. So it looks like to me, and I ain't Dr. Phil or nothing, but it looked like to me that you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't walk into a relationship and be in there 3 months or 3 weeks and expect a man to understand the way that you are. I feel like you gotta sit down with that man, and you gotta make sure that he's on the same level as you, first of all, and make sure he ain't just fucking you, because if he's just fucking you, you ain't never gonna get the communication anyway. You're just gonna get the dick. So if you dealing with him on that level and he dealing with you on that level, we men were raised up and trained on how to love a woman. We were raised up and trained on how many girls you know, how many girlfriends you got, you know, how many girls you hit this week, you know, XYZ. But when you communicate your expectancies, and you sit down and you try to get him to understand that he can communicate, or how to communicate. That's a bigger thing too, how to communicate, you know what I'm saying? Then I feel like your floor plan will be open to his communication. But yeah, like I told you, we're different from y'all. We don't think like y'all. So if you help us into you and not just expect it, like you put us in a microwave and think you're gonna get, you know, us heated up in 30 seconds, you got everything you want. It don't work like that. Like, you gotta sit. You gotta make sure this man wants you like you want him first, though. Because if it ain't here.
So what about getting there? So let's say this, for instance, and I know Tehran, I see you. So let's say this, for instance, getting there nowadays, because you have social media, like you have so much, like.
No. Social media. Stop. Social media is cool. It's just a click. I don't prefer to meet people off social media. Like, I'm always out. You know what I'm saying? So I always run into people. Social media don't play like me getting to, like, this right here ain't even good. Like, if I see me in person, then I'll be like, you know, I'll be more open to communicating. But like this right here, this is just cyber. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's not for me. But the guys that need to hide behind it, like, they ain't your guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's guys that need to hide behind the screen. So what are you finna say? Go.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let Tehran go and say what he was gonna say.
Oh, Tehran, maybe I'm Tehran out. My bad, Tehran. Go ahead.
No, Adrian, first of all, I just unfollowed you and then refollowed you just so you knew you got the follow. You know what I'm saying? I just, so you know you got the follow, just let you know. So I want to touch on several things that were said. So one of the things I want to go back to something that Nakia said. Nakia brought up how like 20 years ago about relationships or 50 years ago in relationships and courtships. And I see a lot of women who are talking like, man, what happened to those men in the 50s?
No, pause, because I'm not associated with that because I don't want to cut you off, but before you go forward, I don't believe in that because I think relationships have been the same for millions of years. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I know the way people are going after people have changed, but I know grandma and grandpa was out fucking whoever they was fucking, and great granddaddy had 5 wives. So I don't want to be associated with that point because I don't agree when people be like, how come it can't be like our grandparents? No, I don't agree with that. So you can go ahead, go for it. Sorry.
So what I was referring to was specifically the way of the interaction of the courtship, yes. Right? So the interaction of the courtship was like, every time there's a new technological advancement, everyone always thinks it's going to displace the old way of things were done. Like when the telephone came out, people were like, but real love was when we were writing letters and throwing in the bottles in the water and then the woman would pick it up. And then women will be like, but what about those guys in the 50s? It's like they used to dress like men and they act like men and they bring flowers. Yeah, but at the same time, if the meatloaf wasn't ready, they'd be like, come here, bitch. Like it does not act like that wasn't a thing too. So the concept is, while we glorify the past and we always think like the past was bright and the future is bleak, we have to realize, like Nakia just said, we're all in this present moment all the time, consistently. And I think everyone should be aware of that. But then going to Monique's point, where Monique was very articulate and she's so good at communicating that she expressed all the things wrong with men, and it was really good. But what about what's wrong with you? Like, what did you do? And I say that to everyone who always has a problem. It's like, that's the thing, is whenever we're pointing a finger at someone else, we have 3 pointing back at ourselves, but we forget about.
Hold on, let me stop you. I've
been stopped. Like I was. So the concept. I'm speaking not to you, Monique. I'm talking about a rhetorical situation.
Okay, because you put my name in there.
Yeah, because you had brought up the point. So the thing is, like, I know it's triggering, but you do realize this is the point of the show, right? It's to talk about these things, because you get mad at me every time I bring something else up. Like, you get mad at me, like,
because you don't use your words right. You don't be using the right words, and I'm a stickler on using the right phrases and the right words.
Nico's face.
Nico has been cracking me up this whole
I feel like Nico gets it, and everybody gets it, but maybe it's all of us. It's not you. So the concept is, when it comes to, did I use those words correctly? So the concept is, I always use I talk about people regardless of who it is. Even if my boys come to me, I'm like, yeah, but get that mirror out and reflect. But more importantly, mirrors aren't just for reflection, they're also for correction. So if you're looking in the mirror and you see your collar's crooked, or your shirt has a stain, or it's untucked, you fix your collar, you wipe that stain, and you tuck your shirt in, you can correct these mistakes. That's all I'm saying. So we should reflect, all of us. Monique.
I agree.
Next question.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, this is on one question.
One question that none of us answered.
Yeah, we got stuck on that. But then that's what I want to know. Okay, so the jar has sat down because now I have questions.
I
want to know is why is it, and I know I just brought this up, but Teron, I really wanted to let you get your point out. But I feel like social media has done a number 2 as far as like, when guys get on social media, you may talk back and forth a little bit, chit chat or whatnot. And it seems like they're interested in you, but then they don't say anything. They just watch all your videos, like all your photos. What the hell is that?
You just like the way you look.
They're not that interested in you then. I mean, that's really what it is.
Niggas find a way. Niggas are right inbox and respond to themselves the whole time. That's interesting. But
that's brought up your nice body like 14 different times on this one meeting. Just want to say.
Yeah, they like your nice body 14 different times. We've been on here. So,
something I had to learn, because like I know what Monique is saying, because I've heard a lot of girls say that, like, oh, I was talking to this guy, he kind of ghosted me, but he watches my stories, and I was explaining this to my friend. I'm like, well, I do the same thing, because I think it's just a thing to pass time. If I'm on social media, I'm just watching your story. But something I had to learn was, he's just not that into me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things where it was like, if he was really interested in me, we would be texting, we would be conversating, but he's not. So he's watching my story. Like, I watch everybody's story.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're just next on the stories list. Like, that's
yeah. And I notice how, like, I literally go like this, and I'm like, oh shit. And I think it's just easy. But I think it's easier for guys to or girls to ghost people and just like, oh fuck it, I'm just going to watch their stories because I didn't unfollow them. But I don't think it's a
watch Monique's stories, but I don't want to hit her up because she yelled at me. So she
Monique gonna stop you.
Yo.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have asked that question that Monique, because I've heard a lot of girls lately say that, like, oh, I was talking to this guy, he ghosted me, but he definitely watches my stories and watches everything. And I was like, well, I know I do the same thing.
It's just like when you don't want to be with somebody, but you want the best for them, like almost. So you ain't in no relationship with him. He don't want to be in no relationship with you, but you want to see him prosper. So yo, we ain't got to talk, but I'm gonna cheer you on. You know.
I have a question because it kind of.
What I was thinking. Hold on. No, what I was thinking.
Nico's back. Nico, the real Nico. Please
I want the best for you. Nico said,
"There's girls."
Real Nico, please stand up.
So guys have a fear of like missing out on for one. So I have trouble discerning who to talk to, but I will DM a girl, or I have in the past, and there might be some interest. It might be on a physical level, and at some point I realize it's. I mean, it's gonna sound fucked up. It's more subconscious, but it's. This is not worth the effort. Like, oh, they might really like me, or we don't have the same ideals. So I like to look at them and imagine what it'd be like, and I might watch their stories, and I might even want to hit them up, but I'm not going to put in too much effort because if they want it, it's on them. Because I look at it like not necessarily that somebody's not worth it as like a human being or something, but like, oh, I don't know if I want what comes along with this, if I'm actually invested in this person, you know what I mean? So I look at that, ooh, that would be nice, but I don't, I'm not ready for that. So I'm gonna just watch and admire and hope they hit me, but I'm not really tripping.
That's a Jay-Z before Lemonade bar. Love it.
I have a question for you guys, because I know this is something big right now because we're the millennials who come from the fucking social media era. Ghosting has been huge. Everyone's been talking about it. People made podcasts about it. There's been episodes, TV shows about ghosting. Why do you think ghosting is such a thing instead of like the guy or the girl, because I don't want to generalize guys, instead of them saying, you know what, I'd rather us not go forward and just cut it off? Why do you think it's so easy for people just to ghost and move on? Because what I'm learning from a lot of people, and I heard this therapist say it, that is PTSD for a lot of people when someone is ghosted. So why do you guys think that's just such a easy thing just to be like, fuck it, I don't gotta talk to them?
Ghosting is the worst thing people can do because it leaves another person frustrated and helpless, which are the worst things to do to a human being. How do you know this? Even if I was like, yo, you had to die, I could either shoot you or you could drown. Most people would choose shooting. Why? Because drowning makes you feel frustrated and helpless. They'd rather just get it over with. Pull that Band-Aid off. We hear this all the time. Ghosting is the other way, right? Because there's always that sliver of, oh, what if they're busy? You start creating narratives that may be false narratives to begin with, and you never know exactly. So one thing Monique and I do agree on, one thing, is the concept of communication. Open, honest, direct, efficient, concise communication, right? Just be upfront and don't be afraid of conflict. What people are afraid of is they think I'm going to hurt your feelings. You know what hurts someone's feelings even more? Ghosting.
Yes, I agree.
I'll say this. I ghosted a girl one time. Well,
whoa, what? Hold on.
The same girl.
Hold on.
The same girl a few times, and I'll say this. And this is
same girl a few times, Josh.
This is
Josh. See, that's not
let Josh talk.
That's not ghosting. That's a relationship.
I tried everything, and when I say everything in my power to communicate to this girl how I was feeling, and I tried leaving her. Tried everything I could possibly try to communicate to her, like, this is how I'm feeling. I can't do this right now. And she would not listen. Just would not listen. Every time I try to leave, she would come back. Got to the point where it was like, the only way I can escape from her is if I just ghost her. And I did that a few times because it was the only toxic relationship I've ever been in. And that was our pattern. It was, we would come back to each other. I try to leave her. She wouldn't let me leave. I would ghost her. It was just toxic as hell.
And
so the reason why I ghosted was because I ran out of ways to communicate and I didn't know how else to get out of the situation I was in.
Oh, gosh, this sounds scary and
it was toxic as hell.
Was Amber Rose.
It's toxic as hell.
Nico, have you ghosted anybody?
I used to be notorious for ghosting people, but that was me, pre-therapy, trying to figure out how to deal with certain things. I do it now. I ghost like friend. I just appear all the time. I'm Sagittarius, and I will literally nobody knows.
That's why y'all friends.
Like, so what? Oh yeah, for sure. Come on, Sag.
Me and Nico ghost each other.
I'll disappear. Like especially if I'm going through something, or if
Yeah.
I'm not messing with somebody, if I'm not vulnerable enough for us to be like me to explain something that I'm going through, I just won't even. You'll never know. You'll never.
I hate people like you.
I
Y'all
hate that.
annoy me because I rather because if we're cool and I'm noticing like something's kind of off, you have to tell me your business. Like, yo, something's kind of off. I'm gonna disappear for a while because it's just like I rather that than you just popping up 6 months later. Like, here I am.
This is why Nico don't talk. Nico talk one time, first response. I hate people like you. You're a piece of shit, Nico. Like, bro.
No, you're not a piece of shit. I appreciate that you've gone to therapy, but like,
but what you're referring to is, well, I've had this conversation before, and it's like some of my friends don't mind, and then some of my friends really need me to like. They somehow need my presence there all the time to explain what I'm doing in my life, and it's like I don't mind if you ask me, I'll respond, but it's like if I don't hit you up, you're acting different. Like, no, I'm fucking not. Like I'm doing some, like I don't feel the need to hit up if I show up 6 months later, I expect it to be the exact same. Because if you're going through something, you needed to tell me to be there.
But if I sense like something's wrong, like we don't talk it because I'm going through a situation like with one of my friends. Like I know something's wrong. It's not like, oh, like you just doing your life. Like everybody's busy. I get that. But I'm sensing something wrong. It's like, yo, something's wrong. Or like
did you ask them if something's wrong?
Yes, I did ask them.
What did they say? What did they say? Did they say yes, something is wrong, or did they say
no? They said they didn't want to talk about it. So it's just
I didn't
like,
want to talk about it. Yeah,
it's kind of like okay, cool. And then I check back. This is a whole nother thing. Anyways, go on to another question.
Well, I feel like I definitely feel like it's a situation that you have to kind of assess, because if you're having sex with that person, it's a little bit different than if they're just your friend. So I just feel like.
It was the first night.
What?
I guess it depends on how deep the sex was, because if y'all met at the club and it was the first night, then why you can't ghost?
Well, I think that ghosting is just not good, period.
Yeah.
What do you want though? A Yelp review? Like what?
It's communication. If I tell you this is a one night thing, or oh yeah, I'm just having fun.
I'm about to tell you it's a one night thing before they do it. Hey, before we talk, this is the one and only.
I have. Well, listen, I think I see what Monique is saying, because communication is true. Like there's times we've had a one night stand and it's a one night stand. I'm not expecting us to go forward with the next relationship because this was a one time thing. I'm talking about if we are either friends or we're kicking it and you just randomly ghost. It's not that like recently, I was recently going through something. And I literally texted some of my friends, was like, yo, I'm going through something right now. I can't take on everybody's thing. So if you FaceTime me and I don't answer, that's why. And deaded it. They didn't ask, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I started to come back around and it was no like, how you doing? What's going on? From jump. There was somebody that I was dating and I felt like we weren't on the same page. And I said to the guy, listen, I like you as a person. I think you're cool, but I just think going forward, we shouldn't do it. And he was like, yo, I respect you for communicating. So I think it's easy just to communicate, but I know some people don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I think you hurt people's feelings more when you rather ghost and just be honest, be like, yo, shorty, like this a little one-time thing. What's good? I get you a little Uber.
Because it happens when you travel.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, but I think it's not that hard when you're like, I think it's not that hard when you're also working on yourself.
Yes, that's true.
Working on yourself and you're not like, trying to improve yourself every day, not necessarily for a relationship, but just in general, then it's going to be hard for you to tell somebody else like, yo, I'm not going to be there. I find people who are just they lack the communication. They lack working on themselves. Their communication is just not there.
Yo, can I just say, Adrian, I know what you're doing right now. Bro, we get it. You have muscles. Nobody sits like that, bro. Like nobody normal sits like that ever in the world. Yo, I'm light skinned. I lick my lips. I get it. I'm just
okay. Saying. I have a question for you, fellas. I have a question for you guys.
Hold on, before we go past this first, hold that question, because sometimes motherfuckers be toxic. You know what I'm saying? And the mental space I like to protect that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you toxic and you with that shit, like I don't mind ghosting. I change everything. You know what I'm saying? But
that's real. My peace of mind. My peace of mind.
Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Word. All I know is that what I will say is I just feel like you shouldn't do it. Like if you know that somebody is even toxic, you should just be like, yo, this ain't working, and leave it at that.
It's
And
toxic.
then what if they come back to you? And what if they stalk you? And what if they do something?
Toxic, and it'd be over with.
Yo, that's real. My peace of mind means more to me than everyone else's
Thank
comfort.
Thank you.
That's
'Cause
very
I'm not
true.
That's true.
I'm about to go sit on the block and debate this person fucking with my mental space in my life, and then should I kill myself? No, hell no.
Yeah.
Sex and keep moving. You know?
Right. So this is my last question, and we gotta kind of like wrap it up. But I also find this as well, and I think it's bullshit, and I want to call bullshit on him, but maybe y'all can tell me. When men, or because I feel like all your friends tell you, like, oh girl, he's intimidated by you. Is that a real thing?
Oh,
Yes.
I don't think
really?
No, it's not for people like Adrian, myself, and obviously Josh. It's not for us, but yes, there are men who are intimidated by powerful, beautiful women, and those aren't the men. What'd you say, Adrian?
I don't feel like they alpha males either, though.
Exactly. So
Right.
they're not alpha males. They're not alpha males. And they'll act like they'll say they're alpha males, but if you really look down at it, you find a lot of bitch in all those males. And so
Right.
that's what the problem is. That's why when you see people, and I get this because I get into not even debates, arguments, and you want to know when I'll go somebody? When I see in the black community like a black man who talks down on black women, as if they're difficult, and then talks up on white women, and I don't mean to make this racial, but that's just an example that I'm giving, then me and you are not built the same, bro. We're not built the same. I can't have you even near my team. We're not
Right.
built the same at all. So
Right.
there's a lot of men who aren't, like, when you say men, like, once again, males who act like they're men, they might even look like they're men, they might even seem like they're men, but when that comes to it, then they're not men. And this doesn't mean difficult women. I'm talking about powerful women. They are not the same either. Okay, they're and they're not mutually exclusive. So you can be a difficult, powerful woman, but you can be a powerful woman who's not difficult, and you be a difficult woman who ain't shit. So I'm talking about women who are powerful, amazing women who come to men, and then there's a man who's like intimidated by them. Then he ain't shit.
Right.
Because I've been told that, like, guys have told me, like, oh, I didn't talk to you because you intimidated me. And I'm like, really? I'm just really a nice person. Like, I know I can come off a little aggressive, but I'm like, I
A nice
intimidated
person, that
you?
was funny.
That's also a self-reflection on them that they ain't confident. That's what it is too. They're insecure. There's a lot of it.
Yeah, I know you was about to ask a question before she said something about the last
Yes, I just want, my last question is, because I know a lot of women want to know this from guys, because I hear it in my female group. Does it matter to men when women, it doesn't matter to you guys when you have sex with a woman? Like, does it matter if a woman has sex with you, like, on the first date, the second time she meets you, 9 months in? Does that matter? Because I know a lot of women harp on that, like, oh, I'm waiting 6 months. Oh, I had sex with him the day I met him.
Let Nico speak. Let Nico
I don't laugh.
say it.
I
Talk,
mean-
Nico.
Nico,
Hey,
look. Nico's hair got curlier. Listen,
Yo,
yo,
So-
his hair got curly. Look at him.
Check this
Look
out.
at him.
So my big thing is, because I didn't struggle with that when I was younger, but if I really liked to, I had trouble relating sex and love and like intimacy. Like that's my issue, intimacy. So I would, if I mess with somebody on the first date, it would throw me off. Even if I really liked them, it would throw me off. Now, like I think we were talking about what we look for in people or whatnot, but I'm big on the connection. So it doesn't matter. Like I try to be so present that it's like, yo, I'm not judging how the night's events turn out. Like if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I don't take nobody home that I don't fuck with, and I don't see at least some potential. Like I don't even mess with somebody that I think is just super bad because but I don't connect with. It's a waste of my
Spoken
time.
like a true pro, Nico. Get it. Okay.
Thank you. I
good.
appreciate you.
I know those words. I know those words. I'm gonna
But-
copy and paste that.
Listen, but no, but I mean that honestly, like there's no fun in that. Like I'm looking for, I mean, even if it's something we just having sex, I need like a different type of connection. Like it can't be just the physical. I live in LA. There's what differentiates you it's gotta be a connection. It's not, it's crazy. That's it. That's all I got. All right, go ahead, copy and paste that.
No, Nico, because that was a good answer, but I think you're also asking the wrong pool of people, right? So you're talking to people like myself or Adrian or Nico who are like real talk are A1 people. So we're the outliers. So for us, it doesn't matter because we understand we're the choosy ones, right? But for the average guy is different. For us, it doesn't matter because we have options and we get to choose and we get to pick and select. And that means that we get to be particular. But for the average guy, average guys are stupid. Average guys aren't like that. Average guys are users and will use that situation. And here's the thing, you know how guys always say, oh, I don't like playing games? Guys love playing games. That's why every Sunday they're glued to the television and watching games. Like, they love games. And here's the secret about guys. If they're playing like a guy who plays PlayStation, if the game's too easy, they play the game like, oh man, this game sucks. It's too easy. This game sucks. But if the game's too difficult, they never go, oh, I need to get better at this game. They also say, this game sucks. So there's like a right amount of game that needs to get played, that Steve Harvey type game, right? 5 relationships in, the same game he put on Lori Harvey, which is why she's winning right now. That game needs to be played for the average guy. But here's the thing.
Monique, what are you thinking? I'm sorry to cut you off. Monique is, I love watching people's face expressions, and Monique's face is saying a whole bunch of sentences, and I just don't want her to forget what she's gonna say. So please, sorry.
I want him to go on. I want everybody to finish. So I want him to go on.
That's a good relationship quality to have, by the way.
What?
Wanting everybody to finish?
Yes, I want to listen to everybody's, because you know it can come full circle. So maybe Josh next.
It don't matter to me, to be honest with you. I mean, some of the best relationships that I've been in, it happened right away, to be honest with you. Connections right there. You know what you want. And to be honest,
lover boy.
It's not even just that. I mean, I've been in the toxic relationship I was in. I never had sex with a girl, ever. Never had sex with her. And she was toxic as fuck.
All that headache for no sex?
I know.
You're a good
Josh
guy.
got some good vibes.
You're a good guy.
If the vibe is right, go for it.
100%.
Adrian, you said you wanted to go last.
Yeah, I'm last. I'm big on chemistry and energy. If the chemistry is there and the energy is there, then shit, we can go to the balcony if you want to. It don't matter to me. But if you make me wait 6 months and everything about you is trash, then I'm gonna be mad at a motherfucker.
But here, I want to present a hypothesis to the group. So, when it comes to priceless paintings, these paintings that they auction, like, about these paintings that are like priceless, and then they auction them at these Sotheby's auctions for $100 million, and someone buys it, and you're like, damn, that painting's $100 million. Well, technically speaking, anyone that has $100 million can buy that painting. So even though it's extremely expensive, there's still a finite amount of money you can do to claim it. You know what they do when something's priceless? When a painting is priceless, they don't auction it. They literally donate it to the most worthy. They give it to the Smithsonian or the Louvre or wherever they know they will not regret donating this art. And that's how I feel about sex. You should never have to regret your art and keep it priceless, but just know it only goes to the most worthy. And it doesn't have to take $100 million to get there. It's whenever you feel appropriate and whenever you feel ready. If that's the first night or the last night, either way, as long as you don't regret it, it's a great, great move.
See, I told you he was going to bring it full circle before I said anything. So
those are good 4 answers, because I think it's good for people to hear 4 different point of views. And because I know that's something that a lot of women talk about. It's either like, oh, I had sex with him on the first night, I had sex with him 6 months from now. So I think those are 4 great answers and 4 different great point of views.
But I got to say something too. One more thing is that it doesn't make you any less of a woman than it makes me less of a man for doing it when you did.
Facts.
You know
right. Facts. I learned that a long time ago with my ex-fiance, y'all. I was engaged once. But anyway, I learned that with him. That was the first thing he said. He was like, a guy really don't care if it's tomorrow or if it's 6 months out or if it's 3 months out. If he likes you, he's going to like you. If he doesn't, he doesn't. So It's not going to stop him if you give him the punani and whether it's even 6 months out. I mean, he hung around for 6 months to get it, but after that, you'll probably be ghosted. So I learned that very early on. So I always look at it as like, if I do it, it's my decision. And I chose to do that. So I don't have any regrets towards that. So I don't struggle with it. Shit, it could be
like as long as you go with it, and you happy.
Yeah.
Hey,
what are you laughing for?
Well, Nico's face for one, but I think like when the chemistry is there, and it's like whether you guys don't talk after that, but like you can reminisce on it. It's like, yeah, that was a bomb ass time. Like I get upset when it's trash, but if it's like bomb, then it's just kind of like that was a great time, and you can reminisce. It's like, yo, that person was really great. It was great. He was great. The utility was like all that was great. Then
Utility.
DK, you sound like a happy woman. You sound like you.
You feel me? Listen, that's being present. If I am dating somebody and they do want to wait, but I'm feeling them too, there's never any pressure. Like I just, I understand that.
Right, definitely. I think this is a good place to kind of like wrap up. So thank you guys for coming on and talking with us and having these conversations. This is our Valentine's Day special, so I hope everybody got something from it. It was supposed to be a little bit different, so we put this together last minute, but thank you for coming. And Teron can start. You want to start by telling them where they can find you and everything you got going on?
Find me all across the board at I am Teron, all across the board. Find me. I'm working on 2 Netflix projects right now, a Comedy Central show, and of course, whenever stand-up opens again or online. And all of that, my name is Tehran, like the capital of Iran. So if you don't know how to spell Tehran, just watch Fox News. Eventually, it will be on there.
I'm Nico once again. You guys can try and find my Instagram. It is so low key, you will never find it.
Yeah,
I found you.
Like a true professional.
Yeah.
I should have been with the FBI. I found you immediately.
It's not private.
That's
Listen, people, it's open to it, but you
Yeah.
gotta want it. That's it. Listen.
Because the thing about Nico
even
is
if it was, I would have found you.
Nico looked like Russell Wilson, but he act like Future, and he don't want to tell nobody.
He a player?
I'm not. I don't know. I just,
not
maybe
a player.
Nico, that's
I've
not a
met
good
Teron
look if you
before.
was
He
trying to
doesn't know.
ask me out.
I know Nico.
That's what he said.
This is the Valentine's Day episode, so we have a little love connection going on. What's
I don't
You slide in my DMs? I don't understand. What happened?
Oh no, that's when we got on, and you asked.
Oh, look, Cut trying to act like she's too good at sliding her DM. You gonna slide?
No, I will slide it.
I'm not.
DMs. I don't have no problem with hollering.
I'm not. I'll slide in your
I'll slide in your fucking DM. I don't give a fuck.
My God.
Kiki, you are such a lie. I have to slide in DMs for you.
Oh,
You did that for me.
Wow, yo, you're a bad friend, Monique. You're a bad friend.
Damn. What? The only reason.
She's
No, the only reason she did that for one guy for me, I have no problem. I've been no. I've been
Tekashi 6'9".
Well, listen, thanks, Monique. 1, 2, I'm an aggressive female, and I've been called aggressive my whole life. As I got older, yes, I fell back a lot from men because men will be like, I'm intimidated by you. You're too aggressive. So, yeah, I stopped shooting my shot at guys. So there were 2 guys that I liked, and they made me a little nervous. And I shot my shot once in the DMs, and they didn't answer. So I went to Monique for advice, and then she took my phone and slid in the DMs. So it's not like I can't.
brunch?
Yes, it's not like I can't. The sis did it.
No,
It was at your house, TK. It was at your house.
Okay.
So for me being an aggressive girl, I'm trying to we talked about figuring out our shit. I'm trying to evaluate myself and going forward how I can do things differently. So yeah, there was someone who I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to do how the normal Kiki would do it. So then I was like, Monique, my friend, can you help me?
She snitched on you. Oh, by the way, Nakia, how's your mom? Tell your mom I said.
Thank you so much. My mom loves Tehran. I don't know why, but she does.
You know why?
So wait,
the girls don't like me, but your mom like me. Girls don't like me.
Before we finish, can we answer that question quickly? Like, do you like women sliding to the DMs? Like, is that like?
Yeah. Actually, yes.
Yeah. But it's how they slide.
Wait, where the fuck were you for my whole dating life?
Yo, this is the thing. It's how they slide because you don't want. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want that New York energy where the girl's like, "Yo, what's up? What's up?" Hey, blue shoes. What you doing over there? You know what I'm saying?
The men in New York do that, not the women. Thank you.
No. In New York, the women
I have to
often.
admit it. I do that.
That is the thing. Let's be real. So it needs to be like it just needs to be an intro. Like they'll slide in the DM, and then we could respond and go from there.
What's a good line so that I know? Because sometimes
honestly,
if you don't hurry up, I'm aggressive.
Guys, hello. Honestly, if a guy, hey, what's up, is the best line of all time ever in history.
Let me slide in some.
We know you're interested.
When you say, hey, just put 14 Y's on the end or some shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's up?
Hey you. Hey
Or
you.
respond to a
Hey
story.
you. Oh, I like hey you.
Respond to a story. Respond to a story, right? If you respond to a story and you just do something to a story and like a heart picture or something, and be
Right.
like, that's cute. We will respond to you. And if the way we respond, you know if we're interested.
Right.
Because what we'll do is we'll do our little due diligence investigation, be like, oh, okay, she's cute. She looks like she's okay. I could be with her. I could have a conversation, and we'll respond and let the conversation happen organically.
Right.
Good to know, fellas. I'm sliding in DMs.
Okay, Nico, finish up telling everybody where they can find you.
I mean,
You can't find him. He said, you can't find me. Nico's like, you can't find me.
And what you got going on?
I'm an actor, and I got some stuff in the works, but it's under wraps right now. So.
Well, we can't. Oh, okay.
There's not. I mean, there's not. You know, it's.
He don't want nobody sliding in his DMs.
He do.
Are you guys ready? It's NIIIIICOOOO_. Good luck.
That's the truth, though.
4 eyes underscore.
Huh?
4 eyes, 3 O's underscore.
It's 5 eyes.
Or you can just go to Kiki Boom Boom's page and follow him.
Find him.
Follow him.
Boom.
Yo,
Boom.
I don't want to find him. He'd get you in trouble. I can't wait till you're on All American, Nico. You about to be on All American?
Oh,
About to be the quarterback on All American?
Listen.
Are you?
Yup.
Wait, what?
No.
I'm so confused.
Josh.
Wait, Josh, go
All right,
ahead.
I'm Josh Rodriguez. If you want to follow projects I'm doing, I produce a show called Black Queens Uncut. It's dope. You should check it out. Also, I'm helping with DJ Khaled's podcast, the first one on Amazon Music. If you want to check it out, I'm at Josh_Rodriguez_.
Go, Josh.
Hello.
Adrian.
I'm Adrian Lockett. You can find me at Adrian Lockett Official on Instagram, Adrian Lockett on Facebook. I'm an actor and model, and right now I currently have a project. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with Mo 3, the guy that got killed in Dallas. He actually finished his album before he got killed, so we just finished up a video, and it should be coming out later. Tomorrow I leave to go film a movie called Adam the First in Jackson, Mississippi, so that's coming out. I have a movie with Torrey Hart and Jamal Willard, the dude that played Biggie in Notorious. That's coming out, I want to say, in March or April. So
I know about that. Tori's my girl.
Oh yeah, Torrey, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Tori is,
those things in the works. Of course, always auditioning, but Adrian Lockett Official on Instagram, Adrian Lockett on Facebook, and it's been a blessing, man. I appreciate you guys.
ladies.
First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for coming on and joining us for our Valentine's Day podcast. Really do appreciate y'all and y'all crazy answers. And I think the women and the people listening will appreciate it. You guys can find me on all social media across the board at Kiki Boom Boom.
Whew, that was quite an episode. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. You can find me on everything at TK Trinidad. Again, if you want to support Black business, we got that cocoa butter, beard oil, all that good stuff. You can go to centerin.co. Also, if you're in Canada, you can kind of see me doing some entertainment stuff, floating around, all that good stuff. So make sure to take a picture and tag me because I can't see it.
I got some of that beard oil.
It's about time you said you got some.
I did. I mean, I posted it.
Oh, I missed
Okay, offline subjects. I am Monique Loveless, and you can find me at It's Monique Loveless on IG. I'm usually not anywhere else unless it's Clubhouse. Also, I'm super excited because now you can watch, as of today, you'll be able to watch my new YouTube channel with my bestie called Unfuck Fashion, where we're giving you all the style across the board. We're talking all things fashion, all things style. We know y'all want it. People been asking for it. So now we're coming with it. So hopefully y'all see us on Netflix or Hulu or something soon. Okay. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. I think this is a great episode. Our Valentine's Day segment special. And we have 2 more episodes and we are done with season 2. We want to thank everybody in the Queendom family, as we are, like I said before, we're in 41 countries and so many of y'all get on every week to listen to us. Y'all fan out. Y'all literally hit us up and let us know all, like, across the board. We love it. We thank you so much. Make sure you check us out the next 2 Wednesdays and catch up on all other episodes at Apple, Anchor, anywhere, Spotify, anywhere you can catch a podcast, we are on. Also, make sure you check out our videos on Black Queens Uncut YouTube channel. And we love you, Queen of Family. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah.